What's up, y'all? This is Ramos the Hill, also known as the All Involved, also known as Ray Ray if you know me by personal or Ray. But neither way, this is a Q&A of my thoughts and complaints about life and things people think I don't hear and see, and I can see by their actions. So this are my complaints about them basically. Thinking they're quiet, but they're not quiet. And then when I do certain things to make them see to see if they're about action, and they never about that action, they just keep talking nothing but papas, and they always go with their big eyes and scared, hoping I won't come close to them or near them, and still talking those papas. Yeah, that's just gonna make me want to come and smack the shit out of you more, because I can see the fear in your eyes. You ain't scared. You ain't scaring or tricking nobody. I could tell by your experience. You ain't shit. And this is also for my thoughts for the fake Cowboys and Texans. Basically, if you're not from a borderline, from the border states, the border cities of Mexico, or you're from Texas or from Arizona, I would say California maybe in Chicago. You're not real Cowboys. Oh, and New Mexico, you're not real Cowboys to be honest. Because when we talk about the Wild West and the West, they talk about those areas, and that's literally those areas. Texas and all the way to California and all that stuff. That's literally all those areas, up to Utah and all of them, Oklahoma and all of them too. That's literally the only. And those are the like the frontier. They used to call those and mention those as frontier areas because those are at the times United States used to control on the east side of the sector of this continent, and a little bit of the over here of the west, but towards Washington, just a little bit of that part. But the rest of it was all Mexico, and before that it was Native Americans, and within those Native American borderlines, in those the areas where now some of the borders are at, and those fences are at, where it used to be homes and areas to people. Some of those people were actually my ancestors. I could actually date back to a tribe called Termadas in Chihuahua, Mexico, that are from there. Or literally, they're the people who are known to run with their bare feet through the states. So they've been there for centuries. If you want to go to my dad's side, he's more deep in Mexico, which is the capital of Mexico, which where the empire of the they will say the Aztecs or the Mexicas empire was at. And he's also yeah, we have some bloodline that's crossed the sea, which just shows you that at that time and at place and times, and during those times everyone was getting it on, you know what I mean? Everyone was getting it on, so there's intertwined everywhere. That's how we got the people we got today from the results. Oh, there's something else. So it took time to build to make that. But for some of us, we've been around for a while before those times and been living through it since for generations. I got family members that did good and bad things either sides, even some politics stuff, and some stuff were not really politics, but it helped the community to for them to remember by too amongst their own peers. But they were good and hardworking people either way. They were all trying their best to survive and live. But my family, my mom's side is mostly from there. And the reason I'm getting to this is because I heard somebody talking papas, trying to, oh, yo soy más tejano and todo yeah. No, if your bloodline doesn't even come from the fucking soil itself, you're not more than anything. You're just a fake. You're a liar. You're a wannabe. You're a poser. And if you come from a place that does never really talk about cowboys being associated with being cowboys and books and history about a place, and you're just doing it because they because somewhere during modern times it did became cowboyish, doesn't mean you're actually that life. It means you're evolving and you're adapting into that life, but it doesn't mean you're there yet. Especially with that attitude. That attitude right there snitches you out. And you literally call it, that's how we could tell the fakes. And the reason I said this is because there's nothing you could do about it, or your family or kids could do about it, because they would get literally fucked up for the rest of their lives out here in the United States or in Mexico. If you were from Salvador and further down, that makes sense why you're talking all those papas, because I can't reach you that far. And the reason I say this is because those who know me personal, and know my families, and the people my families are connected to, and the people they know. And I'm saying from both sides spectrums, good or bad, church or politics, or gang life or cartel life. It doesn't matter. They're in all of them. But this is for those of you who are not into that or don't know into that information about it, because you haven't been around here, or you're not even from originally from here, which it makes sense. Why? But either way, this is just my thoughts on the new people. My reason is this is because if you're gonna act like you're more badass than everybody else, make sure your bloodline actually could back it up with papers and facts when it comes to somebody like me. Because I'm the type who actually will ask you for proof, and if you can't back it up, I'm the type to take it to a further step to make you. I'm known to make grown men cry, not by fighting, by talking, and make them cry or feel like threatened, like they had to defend themselves. Even when they have to try to defend themselves, they learn it's not easy to do so against me. Because if those who've been watching me so far knows what I've been doing, and those who've been keeping up, been knowing what I've been doing, and those who've been knowing me personally knows what I always been up to since I was young and always been doing. But this is for the outsiders in my life who look at me and think they could judge and talk all these papas because they're new to the area or new to the place, and think they're untouchable. No, you're not. There's a thing called home advantage, home field play. You got to learn about that in dictionary words and concept what it means. I got family that been living in this country before there was even talks of borderlines, before there was even talks of the United States or Mexico was even mentioned by names. So I don't want to hear nothing from all these outsiders talking about, oh, they don't belong here. Oh, I'm more chingon, I'm more Mexican. No, listen, no, you're not. You're just proving how stupid you are, and you're trying to get an argument with me, and I'm just gonna make you look stupid in an argument because again, you're acting like the adults who I used to grow up with when I was a kid, who try to belittle me because for some reason they try to belittle me, and I don't think I was. And now, for those that know me personally, know I'm just a quiet person in real life. I stay quiet, but when I feel close to you, I'll be talkative. But most of the time, if I'm not, and I don't know you like that, I stay quiet. Like I stay shut the fuck up, or I barely talk to you a little bit. This is for people who are like those teachers who don't know me personally at all, who have a concept of me, and they go over the line and border with that one little thing, which is like a grain of salt information. And they play their whole hand. The fact that they don't think I don't see that knows that tells you they're overplaying themselves, and they're literally gonna about to hit a wall so hard that it will blow them up harder than what's going on with the war right now. But the difference is it will actually happen to them right then and there. I seen it happen multiple times. I've done it multiple times. And trust me, I defend myself multiple times between groups. I used to get jumped. Some people that used to fight, like literally jump me, became friends with me afterwards. After they got to know me. And some of these guys were gangsters, actual from gangs. Like me, like when we used to get in fights, or when they used to try to say, "Oh, where you from, Vato?" or "Where you from, fool?" I used to say Southside of Phoenix, and they would say, "What clique or what gang?" I'm like, "No gang, homie. Just a regular Vato from the hood, one man army name. What's good? You want to get down or what?" And we get down. We literally get down and like literally do it. And some dudes, I mean, like that when one of my nieces used to be alive, bless her soul, when she used to get bothered and used to have dudes hit on her, she used to come to me to deal with the dudes. I used to fight some of these dudes in front of the streets, while all of our parents were over there in the backyard partying and drinking. I would fight some of these good dudes in the jumpy houses or in the trampolines. I'll fight some of these dudes in the pool while the parents think we're playing, but I'm actually socking them up because my niece told me they're trying to do something to her, or she doesn't like them. I used to defend her. I used to deal with dudes who always talk, and always act like they're all chico and badass. Trust me, I ain't afraid of no man. But when it comes to women, you guys think you guys could talk all this stuff and think nothing happened to you. Let me explain to you. Yes, it can, because I'm from what I seen and what I seen in my life back in the day. Because now because me and my brothers growing up, and a lot of our nephews also growing up, and a lot of the guys we used to see used to do this. A lot of them changed their ways. Let me tell you, when the female interrupts, she will get hit like a man. If she butts in or start talking papas like that too, she deserves to get hit like a man, because she's trying to put her family or her family or her kids or her man life in danger. So when they talk that way, they deserve to get slapped. So when the other day when that lady was talking all that papas, I told him around to my nephew, told him if I would have run up and jumped on the two guys, choke one of them out real quick, while the other two guys are trying to get off of him, choke him out real quick, get the other one real quick, try to get him or use the table to slam his head on it to knock his ass out quick enough. Because I fight dirty. The way I fight in the ring is different from how I actually fight in real life. I actually use objects to hit you too, where I'm carrying a knife, where I'm carrying something, and trust me, and I'm also using my hands on you. So I was thinking of doing that, but my issue was if I did that, these females are so dumb and crazy and bad genetics, they're gonna jump in the fight, and then they're gonna have me hit basically like Tom Brady. I'm gonna have to hit a bitch, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to go in jail for your stupid reasons. If I'm gonna go in jail, it's gonna be for a damn good reason. So make sure I could be able to win the sympathy card to get out. Not go to jail because you want to act like you're a badass and you think you're hot shit, top shit. No, you ain't. You ain't shit. You never put work on. And if we went back to your area where you're from, and we put your name out, would anything come back out? Because for me, it will come out from ridiculous stuff to make believe stuff to barely any information to yes he was about it to oh he was a guy who lived out here, grew up out here, and he was a nerd, but he grew up out here. It goes every, but you neither way you get information with my name coming back. But people who always stayed inside and never went out and always been and barely got out and started becoming adults. What they barely start coming out what in high school and college or a little bit after college, and they start to feel like they're all chingon and badass. Some of us been out on these streets since the fucking 90s and early 2000s and doing shit. It could be bad or good, but neither way, we've been doing shit. If there was cameras back then, some of us would have been famous back then already with a large number in following and money to back it up. But since that didn't went that route and it's not like that way, we get a lot of people who are just full of talking papas now. And it seems like we need to go away back to kind of like early, a little bit early '90s and '70s and '50s, and a little bit early 2000s, where we got to start teaching these people and start smacking them in the back of the head and beating their ass in public. But it's just now we're adults. We're not kids no more. Where we could do that and get a slap of the wrist or get a little warning or sent to juvenile hall or jail for like a night or two or a couple days and then get released or a couple months and get released. But no, we're in the real world where we go in for long days. I mean, long, long time now for some shit. Except for I think aggravated assault. You go in for a little bit, but if you're like me or something or somebody who knows somebody who's in that lifestyle and they see you in there, they're gonna try to get you into that lifestyle. It might get you stuck to be into that lifestyle, or it might get you a longer sentence. And but now you're in that lifestyle, which is not really wrong to be honest, because there are a lot of the guys are great guys and a lot of them are smart. It's just they're in a bad position. It's just a lot of them are good dads too. It's just again, it's just the outcome and the consequences are the bad things. And and I know my Mexican people and white people like to say this about our black community. Say they talk loud and all this. Let me tell you, you guys do too. Cause you guys act I don't hear you guys, but let me tell you, you motherfuckers are loud as shit. You guys are real loud as shit. But the difference between you guys and them is they're more respectful and they don't say shit. Some of them know me. Some of the community know me amongst where I live, and knows I was really with the shits back when I was younger. There are times where I could have got killed and went to jail for life, but I didn't. I was smart and I had people tie my back and show me shit and how to make sure I didn't. Some fools some fools some fools try to get me into worse shit or try to get me into stuff that I didn't let it happen, but that didn't mean I wasn't hanging out with those guys who were doing that stuff. Some of those guys, like I said, they attracted to me because I defend myself and stuck to my shit, to my guns. And I didn't let them try to bully me or boss me around. Some of them I just went with it because it was the same. I had the same thing in my head too. The same concept. But either way, my thing is, I notice I'm getting some traction, but there's some people who don't know me, and then there's some people who do know me. But those people who do know me, I hope you guys speak louder than the ones who don't know me, because the ones they're about to drive me into to do something, and they don't understand to understand how I really am. You guys gotta explain it to them that when I get mad, I do take it to a further spot. Like you guys see on the internet, like like regular mad, and regular dudes get mad, and there's my mad, which goes beyond that point. It goes to more like you feel pity for the guy now. You want to save the guy from him from me, even though he did wrong. But you want to save him from me now because I do treat you like a slave back, like if we're living in those days. And trust me, I do. I'm more of an abuser to adults who are mean to me. I'm respectful to my elders, respectful to everybody that's around me. Try to be nice and open, be nice to everybody around. But no, sometimes we always get those people talking papas. They ain't about it and think they're about it, but they're gonna learn with me real quick. They ain't about it because it happens. And the reason I say this is because I know I could defend myself and hold myself down. I got nothing to scare, and the people in my life they could hold themselves down too, and they ain't scared. And they done it multiple times. So my thing is, why you talk all those papas when you have nothing in your life to actually show you, or anybody around you or in your area that could say anything for you? And especially while you're in a new area where you don't have nobody who knows you like that, and you're trying to talk to somebody who is like that in their own home and base. I don't understand that. That's like the dumbest shit ever. But either way, that's what I wanted to say. Get into. I hope you guys had a great Easter or a great holiday or celebrations. Those of you who are Catholic and Christian, I know you guys both celebrate this day, even though they mostly on the news like Telemundo and all, and these other places that are literally are whitewashed that mostly say is Catholic, but Christians are there as well doing the same thing. That's how you know they're not real Christians. They show their colors, and maybe they should go to church. And that's another thing about me being Christian is I'm still working on that. I'm not perfect. I never said I was perfect. And if I recall, every Christian I grew up learning through the Bible and all the verses and learning and teaching the classes, they all say the same thing. They all are not perfect, but they're working at it. But they're not perfect. But the fact that we get some people into this religion who thinks that's how it works and you're better than everybody else and you should be talking on, that's not how it works. You gotta work with action. You gotta prove it. You gotta keep showing up. And you gotta try to help out here and there if you can. Put your name in the ringer. Let them know that you want to help out here and there when they need it. If you're like me, who don't have a ride, let them know you don't have a ride, but you're willing to help and do something within the community or within your church to help the community. Because I used to volunteer and did things for my church, and we did things for the people that were coming into this country. We helped a lot of people in this country coming into this country, and we know how a lot of the things work. So a lot of the stuff they were saying about them, is fake. A lot of like, are you saying people in this country don't do their jobs, like especially in the government? What? How you think you get your mails? That's how they track you. They literally are the ones tracking you. So I don't understand how you think this government actually works. How government actually works. But anyway, that's pretty much what I want to say. I hope you guys had a great day, great evening, great Easter, or late Easter, or whatever. But happy Mondays. I catch you guys next time here at Ramos the Hill. I'm also known as All Involved. I hope you guys have a great one. Later, guys. Peace. I'm out. Deuces. Oos.